Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture. So, my dear students, I have made a small mistake while doing the BBS. It's not a mistake. Few things I left over there. Okay. One mistake is that, see, actually, here, if you see all the plinth beam, if you had observed it carefully, you might have done it correctly. All my plinth beam, whatever I have here, okay, you look at the size of that. Only this beam, it is 300 by 400. The depth is 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, and 400. Okay, and then this is also 400, this is also 400, but from here onwards, no, the depth is 450, 450, 450, 450, 450, and this is also 450 everywhere. Okay, but what I had done, I mean, in a hurry, what we did is, what I did was, everywhere we took the beam depth as 300 by 400, which is actually correct. But once you reach this point, once you reach from this point, that is your grid number, this one, okay, like when we did the BBS for this, so that this was my I think yeah, this was my fourth BBS. This is, I'll do that simultaneously in front of you. Okay, we'll correct that. Okay, just that is why just we have to change it. Okay, we'll do that. I think it is from the grid number D I started. Okay, this is first one, then this was the second one. Okay, and then I think yeah, from this one, see, grid, you know, D1 to G1. So this is that D1, from D1 to G1. Okay. Okay. This particular beam, the depth is 450, 450, and 450 and 450. But here I had taken 300 by 400. So just come and change 450. Yeah, that's it. Nothing you have to do. Just put 450. Accordingly, no, everything will be calculated on its own. Nothing change will happen. Okay. I mean, that is why I had done all these things. Just in case if you are not done a what you call Excel sheet, something like this, then you should have come here and did all the calculation. Since I changed here, no, everything will change automatically. So that is the advantage of making an Excel sheet something like this. Okay, good. So this one we did. And similarly, I think for the next one, that is this one. Okay, here also it is 450. After that also it is 450. So this is actually grid number 2 now. D2 it is, okay. Yeah, grid D2. So here also you have to make it 450. So make it 450. Okay, that's okay. Where I did it. Grid number. Yeah, this was D1, G1 I did. 450, 450 I did it. Okay. This one I need to make 450 again. Make it 450. Done. Okay. Accordingly, answer got. And then, yeah, here again, this beam. This is already added in this because we took 2 times, no? Number of members 2 here. So this and this is already added. Now, after that, again, which is left out? Let me check. I think after that, everything is done. This is not required. This is correct. It is 400 by 400. This is also 400 by 400. This is also 400 by 400. Okay. And this is 450. This is 450. This is 450. So one small mistake happened again. The mistake was that we considered that this is this beam, and then we consider this beam 3. Then we consider this beam 4, and we consider this beam 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beam we considered in one group. And now what is the problem we are facing? This is 400, this is 400, but whereas this is 450, this is 450, and this is 450. Now what you'll do? Now again, it's okay. What you do is the better option. See, if you're doing it correctly, you do it once again. But again, I won't change my values because I know that since I always tell it's an estimation what we are doing, no much changes will happen. Hardly 1 or 2 kg of a steel difference will come. Because later when you do once again, when the real execution happens, then you can make a changes here. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll not make it, see here I have written final. Here it is 300 by 400 in 3 beams, and it is 300 by 450 in another 2 beam. So that is why 4 I have written. So you just try to little bit overestimate. I always try to overestimate. So you do 450 only here, no problem. Okay, you do it how much? 450, no problem. But actually in this 450, in 5, 3 are having 300 by 450, 2 are having 450. So for 2 beam, will overestimate us slightly and nothing change will happen. If you want to see what is the difference coming, we'll try to do that also. Let me do that. First, I'll find the answer. This one plus this one, and plus this one. So that is why while doing BBS, we need to a bit careful. That's it. Okay. But again, like I mentioned, it's a small variation we are getting. Fine. See, we are getting 117 point. I mean, I'll write it here. 11. Yeah, 1179. Okay, 0.29 we got. This is one answer. Now I'll make this as how much? 450. I'll make this 450. But anyhow, that's okay. We'll make it 450. Now let me check what is the answer I'm getting. That's it. See, 1190 and 11. This 1179, I'll consider it as 1180. And this is 1190. What is the difference you are getting? Hardly anything. 1190 minus 1180. How much you're getting? So it is hardly 10, right? So hardly 10 kg you are getting. 10 kg, that doesn't make any difference. 10 kg is nothing because this weight is in kg, no? Yeah. So 10 kg difference is nothing. Okay. That's it. So if you want to be more accurate, you can do that. Then you separate out 3 beams and you just mention here 3 and then you make another one. Else you can make one more thing also. You can make one more thing. What is that? Since only the beam is a problem, since only the beam there is a problem, you make this 3. You make this 3 and you make this 3. And now similarly, you make one more stirrup and there you give size as 300 by, I mean, what I'm trying to tell, this is 300 by 400 I'll keep. So if I go back to the drawing, this beam, second one, this is third one. Only these 3 are 300 by 400, no? So I'll do one thing. I'll write 300 by 400. Number of beams I'll make 3. Now I'll make one more column. If you want, I'll do it in front of you. Okay, we did that. And now what I'll do, I'll select this, the same thing. Okay, anyway, I'll do it in front of you only. Chalo, we can do it, no? Easily, it is very simple to do. Control C, come here, put here, okay? Right here and say Control V. Okay, wait. What will happen? It's not coming. Wait. Anyhow, we don't want to do all those things. Simply, I'll copy the same thing, okay? I'll copy the same thing. Control C, I'll delete this part. And I'll write here Control V. Okay, it's not coming. No problem. What I want to tell is you make another same copy and paste it here. And there you write 300 by 450. And in the number of member, you give it 2. Then you'll get the answer. Pretty simple. Okay. Anything I want to make it. Let me try because I think this Excel sheet is not taking that value. I don't know why it's not taking. Let me count this one. Control C. I'll put it here. Control V. Okay. This time let me try that. Okay. Again, Control C. And see, if you don't do these changes, also nothing will happen. You don't have to worry. Okay, fine. So here, what changes will happen? In the cutting length, the change will happen. Okay. So in the cutting length, this will be 400. No. So where is my cutting length? This one. Okay. So I'll directly write the cutting length here instead of doing that. Plus 242. I'll manually write plus 242. You're getting no? Plus that will be 400. If you're doing 450, this will be 400 and 400. Okay. Let's enter, finish. It will be 1476, obviously, because 100 mm simple. From here, 100 mm axis will come, and this I'll interlink with this. Okay, done. I think rest all things will remain same. So this will be 2 number, and this will be also 2 number, and this will be 881. This is 150, 22. This one. So this will be this answer divided by 1000. Will match the answer. Okay, because you should know that also how to match the answers. So this will be multiplied by 81. Finish. So now you calculate the steel. Yeah, why this answer is not coming? 81, no? Yeah, now you should get 1090, right? What was the answer we should get? Yeah, we should get 1090 is the answer what we should get. If I add everything, let me check. So plus, I'll add this one. I'll add this one. This is 3 number plus this one plus this one. Okay, plus this one. So how much we did? Wait, this is not selected. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus, okay, 2 times it is added. Okay, plus this one plus this one plus this one. We're correct, no? Plus this one. Okay, 1183 are 1183 we are getting. Okay, this is the right answer. Okay, 1183 is the answer what we should get, considering three beams of how much 450 mm 400 mm depth and two beams of 450 mm depth. This is the answer what we are supposed to get, 1183. If we had not done, if we had taken all five, what was happening? We were getting 1190. If you take all five beams of 450, and if you take all five beams of 400, you were getting how much? 1180, right? So now it is almost 1183. That's it. Simple. Got it? No? This small changes I wanted to tell. Try to do it. If you want, you can do. But like I mentioned, no much difference will happen in your final answers. Okay. But this is the right way of doing. Fine. So once this is done, next what we are supposed to do. Yeah, I made one more mistake. Not mistake. Again, one thing I missed while explaining. See, whatever we did, the bar bending schedule is only for the plinth beam layout. Similarly, you have to do it for the, I mean, if you're interested, if you do it, you will get a good practice. You have to do it for the first floor. Then we have a second floor. Then we have a third floor. And then we have a fourth floor. So now just try to see everything remains the same. Okay, just try to do the BBS of this if you are interested, and you can send me the Excel sheet. I'll verify it. Else, if you have understood the concept, you can go ahead. Fine. One more thing I wanted to tell. See, when I calculated this thing, that is number of bar, we did once, we forgot to add one thing. Okay, what is that? Simple. For example, this is a BBS what we started. This was a BBS what we had done, isn't it? So whenever we were adding spacing, I told you to add +1. That is correct. But one small mistake what we did. For example, if I take this particular beam, and if I take this particular beam, what we used to do, how you find that S1 spacing? S1 spacing is 1100 plus 1100 plus 1100 plus 1100. You divide it by how much? 100. Center to center spacing. You're getting number of bar plus 1 what we are supposed to do. But instead of plus 1, we are supposed to do plus 2 there. Why? Because this is one bar. This is one beam. This is your second beam. So now you imagine you're doing for one beam. If you're doing only for this one beam, you would have added plus 1. But simultaneously we did for this also. For this also we need to add plus 1. So plus 1 would have become plus 2. Okay, that small mistake I forgot to tell. You just add it. Wherever you are done plus 1, you have to see how many beams you're taking. I'll make it clear. For example, I'll do the number of bar only for this beam. How much it will be? 1100. Okay. How much it will be? 1100 plus. This is also 1100. Okay, I think wait. I think I should go to the plinth beam. Plinth beam I did. No, I'll teach you for the plinth beam only. That is first floor. Okay, plinth beam. Yeah. This is that. Okay. Exactly. This is that one. Okay. So 800, 800. I'll do for first. Only for this I'll do. Okay. Fine. 800 plus 800. We're getting my point? 800 plus 800. This will be 1600. Spacing is 100 mm. So I'll divide it by 100. Okay, what is the answer I'm getting? Of course, 16. And for the 16, I'll add 1. So plus 1 will be how much? 17 on this side. So in this span, I should get 17 number of stirrup. Okay. Similarly, here also if I ask you to do, again it is 800 plus 800. Okay, which is equal to 1600. Spacing is again 100 in S1 portion. So this will be 16 plus 1. Here also we would have done plus 1. So total it would have been 17. You're getting my point. So 2 times we should have added plus 1 there. Now 17 plus 17 is 34. No, 34 number of stirrup you require if you're putting your stirrup in S1 zone, S1, S1 and S1. But in our calculation, we added this plus 1 only one time. You're getting my point. But we consider the overall, but we added only one time. So you just have to come here and make plus 2 over there. That's it. See here. Where is that? Yeah. Here. You see? 32 we got. Actually, how much we got now? 34 we got. Right? How much we got here? We got 34. We got 34. Right? Manually, how much we got now? 1770 is 34. But here, what we did is we added plus 1. Okay. I mean, sorry. Plus 1 I'll add now here. Okay. Plus 1. So 33 we got. Actually, we should have done plus 2 here. Okay. Plus 2 here. Getting my point, no? And this, I'll remove plus 1 from here. It's okay because I added plus 1. Getting my point. So this small mistake we have done, that you have to do. But anyhow, you see the difference. No much difference will happen. You see the answers also. This would have been 605. if I have taken this plus 1 here and not taken, okay, this plus 1, I'll take it out. Wait, what I'll do is this plus 1 I'll take out. Okay, fine. 604 you would have got. Now, since we should have added plus 2 here, what would be the answer? 605. Nothing change will, no much changes will happen. But this is the right way of doing. I forgot to tell that. So in this way, in all the beams you're supposed to do. I'll take one more beam and I'll explain you. Here also you tell me how many times you would have added. Here, in this particular beam, how many times we added only plus 1 only one time, right? But that is not the case. Why? Because we should have added plus 1. We should have added plus 4 there. Why? Because this is one beam. So plus 1 will come here. This is your second beam. Another plus 1 would have come here. Okay. This is another beam. Okay. 3 times we should have done. We added plus 1 only one. Here we should have added 3 times. Getting my point? Because if you find the answer for this, you would have done plus 1. If you had find for this only for this beam, you would have done another plus 1. And for this beam only, if you had find, you would have done another plus 1. What we did is we took entire beam. So the plus 1 for here, plus 1 for here, plus 1 for here. So actually what we should have done is in the second part, yeah, this second part, whenever you are finding the number of bar, here we added plus 1. No, in this portion, wherever you add, whether you add it in the first zone or you add it in the second zone, here we should have done plus 3 instead of plus 1, because 3 span we have. It's simple. Whatever is the number of span, no, that you add plus 3. Finish. Got it? That's a small mistake. It's not mistake. We somehow missed that. I somehow missed that. But individually, if we had taken, we would have added plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Since we took the entire beam at once, so plus 1 for this, plus 1 for this, plus 1 for this. Simple. Got it? No? In this way, try to make the changes in Excel sheet. Other than that, no, nothing change will happen. You see the final answer. Still, the answer is lying in the range of this only. See, 3861. Earlier, how much we were getting? I think earlier we were getting 3,700, 750. So no much changes will happen, but this is the right way of doing. Okay, these two mistake I had done. So I rectified that, and you also try to correct it. Okay, so that is how the teaching should be, and that is how you have to learn from your mistakes. So I learned, so I explained you, and you also don't make the same mistake anywhere else. Okay, if you have done, just go and put that in your Excel sheet. You will get your answer ready. Fine. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you. And like I mentioned, I did only for the plinth beam, because again, there's no point in doing so much thing. Okay, so I did only for the this thing. What is that? Plinth beam. You do it for the other floor if you want. I have given this drawing. Same thing. Nothing change will happen. Everything is same. Maybe the reinforcement may change. You just come and check the reinforcement here. Okay. Other than that, everything is same. If you have understood, no problem. You can just practice the same thing once again and just go through the drawing. Check if there is any beam where you can find confusion, and try to do the BBS for that. And just in case if you're not able to do, get back to me. I'll solve you. I think most of the beam you can do the BBS here. It's very simple. Okay. That's it. I'll ask you a quick question. How many times plus 1 you would have done here? So plus 1 here, plus 1 here, plus 1 here. When you're doing the BBS for this beam, for the stirrup, you add plus 3, not plus 1, because we're taking 1 span, 2 span, and 3 spans simultaneously. Plus 3 we would have done. Okay, great. And if you are done for this, what would have happened? For this, what you are going to do? If you're doing this one, for this, you would have done plus 1 for this, plus 1 for this. So for this, we would have done plus 2. Okay, that's how it is. And if it is a single span, then you will do only plus 1. Okay, look at the span and multiply and add that number, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, depends. So practice up to here. Make the Excel sheets. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.